Alright, let's do something different on the channel. Let's revisit Demon Hunters. Now, I know not a lot of people like Demon Hunters, and I know most people that play any class like a Rogue, Monk, Warrior, Hunter, Mage, Warlock, Shadow Priest, actually Priest of any kind, Death Knights. Even Death Knights can be found a little bit more skillful than a Demon Hunter. Now, this isn't a video to make a rant talking bad about Demon Hunters, but I got to revisit them recently while doing some 2v2s on my alts, and I was able to get some games in, and I was playing some games at 1700 MMR, not ever even knowing how to play Demon Hunter in the past. I come back to them after all the changes of 715 and 711 and whatever changes might come out in 712. I had to ask myself a question: are Demon Hunters still overpowered? Now, everybody else has a different thought process when it comes to the words overpowered, and everybody has a different definition of the words overpowered. Now, what makes a character overpowered is going to be my own interpretation. I believe that a class or a character is overpowered is when they are literally a Swiss Army knife. They are great at everything, or they simply put other classes out of commission because they are better than those classes at whatever that they're good at, whether it be better damage, better abilities, or better versions of already existing abilities. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Okay, I promise that is going to be the first and the last time you will ever listen to me sing. But seriously, after playing a little bit of Demon Hunter and basically playing with the same build that I made back in 715 launch, where I talked a bit about the one-shot build of a Demon Hunter, I came back into arenas, and in this clip in particular, I just stunned a druid, forced a bark skin out of him, and then after the stun DRs are done and bark skin is off, I'm just going to leap onto him with demon form and pop all my cooldowns. I'm literally going to Swifty this druid, which is hilarious because this is something that takes me a while to do as a rogue. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of patience, all the cooldowns to line up, and make sure that my team partner is available and ready to help me deal the damage that is required to take down a druid sitting in bear form, which in most cases is difficult to crack through. But as a Demon Hunter, you can kind of solo it. I remember comments way back in the day, people talking about, oh, Demon Hunter is overpowered, oh, you know, my class isn't that strong, but when I play Demon Hunter, everything just makes sense, I'm actually dealing damage. And a lot of people, like for example, a lot of rogue players were actually at one point thinking that they should just go and start playing Demon Hunter, because the Demon Hunter has the mobility that a rogue sort of kind of has. You know, if we were playing Subtlety, a Demon Hunter has all the good cooldowns that at one point I guess people were thinking that a rogue doesn't have. Basically, people were actually thinking of swapping from rogue to Demon Hunter. And I can completely understand that if, let's say, your current class isn't performing all that well in every single field, and the Demon Hunter does seem like that kind of class that a lot of people can play. For example, I watched a video way back of a guy playing some Enhancement Shaman, and he was addressing this kind of issue, and apparently Enhancement Shamans were in a pretty bad position. His thoughts were, yes, a Demon Hunter could probably do the most and be the Swiss Army knife and do the most damage and be the most mobile, but this is a class, and Enhancement Shaman being the topic of the video, this is the class that I currently enjoy. It has its strengths, it has its weaknesses, and I understand that it has its strengths and weaknesses, but I do play it because of its strengths and because of its weaknesses. But let's be honest, is Demon Hunters overpowered? I feel like they are strong, really strong in the basic aspects of the game. When you take a look at a class, you're looking for basic things. How mobile is it? How much damage does it do? What's the burst? What kind of talents? Was there options in terms of talents? Can you do massive damage to a bunch of people? Can you do massive damage to one person? What is your CC? And I feel like the Demon Hunter has the best of all of those things. It is a good combination of maximum damage output to more than one target, good single target DPS, great mobility, great CC for what it brings in terms of its stuns, being like a stun but also an AoE stun, and there's also demon form stun, and then now they made it that Imprison is also a CC that you can be used every 20 seconds. They have a ranged silence. Like, there's so many just aspects of the class that make it just perfect for your average Joe. But I don't feel like it's the kind of class that specializes. It's not quite a mage with the amount of CC you have. It's not quite a rogue with the amount of CC and pressure control you put out, so it's not going to feel the same way. It is not really a monk with the mobility and the burst that it brings and the specifics that it offers. I personally think Demon Hunters are a fun class, and I enjoy it for specific reasons. It's kind of like going from chess to checkers when playing Demon Hunter. playing a little bit of Rogue, playing it all day, kidneys, cheap shots, blinds all over the place, just so much control. And then you go Demon Hunter, have some fun. Just enjoying yourself, not really having to think about CC and DRs, not having to worry about things except how much damage can you output, and then using abilities reactively rather than being proactive. It is just a little bit different of a playstyle, but it is something that I think should be enjoyed by a lot of people. And I feel like Demon Hunters will improve in the future. I feel like their mechanic of spell breaking and mana breaking is a very unique one, and I feel like Blizzard might explore on it in the future, and they might even add some complexity to the rotation and the playstyle of a Demon Hunter, at least for PvP. And I think that is a class that will continue to get formed in the future. But currently, in the way it is in Legion, I guess you could call it overpowered. And it's something either you enjoy it or don't, so it's really up to personal taste. But that's just more of my thoughts on Demon Hunters, because I simply got to play some recently, and I actually had a fairly decent experience with it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you still think to this day that Demon Hunters are overpowered, and I'll see you guys in the next video.